Hi there, and welcome to not only my very first walkthrough of a game, but this is my very first post ever. Very first post I've ever done, so this is all brand new to me, and I'm kind of figuring it out as I go. One thing I wanted to do, first of all, I'm glad there's quite a few cutscenes in the beginning of this. I wanted to explain why I decided to do this in the first place. Maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I really wanted to play this game. This is absolutely my favorite game of all time. Certainly not the greatest game ever made, but it is my personal favorite because I've been watching this movie. I think I saw it for the first time in 1983, and I was 9 years old, and I've been watching it on and off over and over again for as long as I can remember. I'm a really big fan of this movie. And then in 2005 they released a video game about this movie, and not as if that wasn't cool enough, it's actually a really well made, well written game. It takes elements from the film, and it doesn't just remake the film. The movie is actually in the game that you play through, but they wrote an entire backstory, like a really long, well thought out backstory that's really well done. And anyway, I wanted to play this game, so I hadn't played it in a few years. I picked, and the triangle button on my PS2 controller broke, and you pretty much can't do a whole lot of anything in this game without the triangle button, so I'm all pissed off, right? So I go into YouTube to watch a walkthrough of it, and I remember being really unhappy because I couldn't find one walkthrough where somebody did 100%. People were just running past bonus missions. Basically, all of the walkthroughs that I saw, people were just running to the end of the board. They were doing everything that was necessary to get to the end of that level and then got out, and they were just running past all kinds of stuff. And the bonus missions and all that, in my opinion, are most of the fun of the game. It's not just the main missions, the main portions, but all the side stuff you do is more than half of the fun of this whole game, period. So I got this idea to post a 100% walkthrough. I wanted to do this 100% all the way through. And I thought it would be really cool because, like I said, I've known this movie my whole life, and whenever some of the actors that are in it pop up in other places, I'm going, dude, that's the guy! Whoa, that's the guy from the friggin' Warriors, right? So I know the game in and out, backwards and forwards, and I'm a really big fan of the movie. So this first level here is pretty much a tutorial. Run forward, run back, showing you all your punches and your grabs and your throws and all this kind of stuff. So this level here and the one after it is pretty much just a tutorial as well. Not real exciting, but getting into board number 3, that's which is partially a lot of tutorial stuff too. That's when you get into a lot of the fun stuff, though. So this is pretty much it here. Heavy punch, light attack, take him down, light, heavy attack, that kind of stuff. All of these levels, in order to get 100%, you have a high score that you have to hit in each level. The high score for this level is 5,000. So you have to get 5,000 points or you will not get 100%.
I want to see something heavy, Rembrandt.
And heavy attack, take him down, got a heavy grab, blah blah blah. Really can't wait to get through this one and the second one. That's when we really get into the fun stuff. And that move right there, they all have their own special unique moves done the same way. Very cool. This character here, Rembrandt, was played by Marcelino Sanchez. He was from Puerto Rico. Initially, the book that came out, The Warriors by Saul Urich, and the entire book, the gangs were they were all black and Puerto Rican. And the director, Walter Hill, when he did this movie, he said the only way that it would really make sense is if he did it all black and Puerto Rican. The studios
It's gonna get crazy.
didn't like that idea, wouldn't let him do it, and that's why we got this big, buff, good-looking gang leader and a bunch of white boys in the gang too.
Most out of every opportunity.
But once again, more tutorial stuff. Punching behind you and getting your throws in and blah blah blah. You'll need all this stuff later. And all these combos and everything, you're going to need all of this stuff.
You want to clear some space?
This full-on gang fighting, you're going to be surrounded a lot of times. And there's no guns. There's just like melee weapons and bats and knives.
Alright, next up, weapons. If you ain't
But I am really psyched up about this. I'm super excited. This is the very first time I've ever done anything like this. And I figured in order to, yeah, here's your bats. I figured in order to make it interesting that I would be, I'd be drinking when I do it. So I'd have a little kind of, I'd have a pretty decent buzz going. Just to, you know, make it a little different than everybody else.
You getting angry yet?
Obviously, I'm all psyched up about this one, but just to be different than everybody else, not as if doing a 100% walkthrough by itself isn't completely different. I haven't found one walkthrough on YouTube where they did 100%. There's 5 flashback levels in addition to the main storyline, and I did find those, but not too many of them. And then your hangout in Coney Island. You can go out of the hangout, and there's a lot of side missions outside in Coney. Okay, over here. Watch this move. No, not that time. Not that time. Alright, here. This is a head smash. That gives you 150 points. We have to have 5,000 points by the time we get out of this, or you don't have 100%. So in this main portion here, I try to do as many head smashes as I can before we move into the next part, or you may not be able to hit the 5,000 mark. So you're going to see me do that a lot.
You gotta know how to rumble. Let's give the writer a real test.
And also, since it's just a tutorial, you can't be killed in this level, so anytime you go down there beating you down, you're going to get back up. I would try to get right up against the wall. Right up against the wall and get in as many head smashes as I can before the scene is over. It's time, so... And your rage mode is great because there's a bar around your health underneath. The green bar that's right there shows you how much health you have. The bar that's inside it has to be... You have to have some of that gray bar in there or you can't grab people. Every time you grab it, it'll make you let go. But when you're in rage mode, you can just keep grabbing and grabbing and grabbing. Alright, moving along, moving along. I love this game. Oh, great stuff.
Alright, that's enough! Looks like you can handle yourself out there, young blood. Let's go try on your new colors.
Alright, moving on to the next part. I'm so hyped up about this, man. You know, maybe I'm coming across as a little nervous. That's because I am a little nervous. This is my first, and it took a long time to figure out how to do this. I went and I bought a Dazzle capture card in order to do this, and then I got the splitter cables and all that, and it cost a little bit of money. Then I bought a wireless headset so I could do this commentary. And then just figuring out, never having done it before, is really a pain in the ass if you're not familiar with how these are done.
Right now, we're gonna need some cash to get you fixed up. The way a warrior makes his bread is by mugging, stealing car radios, and doing smash and grabs.
Yeah, smash and grabs, car radios, mugging. Yeah.
I dig.
So basically, you can see that all of the characters in this game, as likable as a lot of these characters are, these are not nice people. These are not who you want your children to grow up to be. A lot of these characters are really likable, though.
Not bad, but let's see if you can.
Maybe you kind of lose the fact that they're pretty much, you know, robbers and burglars. Oh yeah, and we're gonna run back into this store because we're about a little over 2,000 points away from getting the high score. Smashing around these cash registers. Didn't get it that time. There it is. I always hit the cash registers. They don't give you any points. They just give you money. Which, at certain levels, getting the portable, you'll need a certain amount of money to get through, but not here. I just like doing it. Alright, keep it going. Alright, look at the score. We are right there. Alright, look, a little under 100 points away, which we're going to get right here when we steal this radio. All of these guys in this game are better at certain tasks than others. Like Vermin, over to the left there, steals car radios better than anybody else.
See that guy over there?
Rembrandt, being the writer,
that sucker.
he tags better than everybody else. Nobody tags like Rembrandt, and you do a lot of tagging in this game.
Come on, make this easy. Just give it over.
But looking around, I mean, you can see how
Brother, you
run
must
down
got a death
everything
wish.
looks. This is supposed to be 1979,
All right, I'll
and
finish.
if you ever see any old documentaries, like I watched a documentary
let's
called
get
"And You
going.
Don't Stop," which was the birth of hip hop in the Bronx, which is right there. I mean, New York City looked like a war zone. Let me try to get this guy's hat before we get out of here.
Dude,
Wait, dude, the hat
you was a good
disappeared.
kid, you know. I appreciate it.
Dude, the hat totally disappeared. What kind of shit is that? Oh, but anyway, if
I got
you put the hat on, I'd be
everything you
wearing it in the
Holy
cutscene.
shit,
Bummer.
that's a heavy score.
Alright, next
You
time,
got some
next
pretty
time.
slick skills, kid.
Thanks,
But New York
man.
City pretty much
Hey,
looked
you
like
gonna
a
do
war
that
zone.
now
I mean,
or
it was
what?
just debris
Look
and
at you taking
busted down
charge.
buildings,
Come
and
on.
it was so
Follow
broken,
my
so
lead.
poor. And this whole game looks like that. It just looks dungy and dirty
Come on,
and shitty.
Rembrandt, you gotta keep up.
Alright, scaling fences. Really important in this
You
game.
ready? Let's move. Maybe I should click.
Everywhere, in every level, you're going to be doing this. And if you time it just right, you do a quick leap over.
Looking good so far. Come on, man, let's roll.
Like right here, I'll show you. See how slow he climbs up there? If you time it just right, you climb like that. If you don't, it takes a little bit longer.
See that window? Jump on through it. Trust me.
Yeah, get it going. Get it going.
Come on, man, we're almost there. You can make it.
The board after this
Doing
is
great. Come on.
where Cleon.
Almost there. Just
It's
bust
a
down that
tutorial,
little
but you're
fence.
Cleon, and it's showing you all your war chief commands. So we'll get to Cleon's character later in the board after that. I really want to get
You wanna hit
into
it
Rembrandt too.
and find this shit?
But this is a flash dealer, quote unquote flash dealer,
Here we are.
because if it was
This
a
is tough.
cocaine dealer, then I'm sure censors would have had problems with this. Anyway, this is the end of this. Thank y'all so much for watching. There will be more to come, I promise. Click like and subscribe if you like this. There will be more to come, and it just gets better. Thank you guys so much.
See, you're feeling better already. Let's get back to the hangout and see what Cleon's up to.